Hey guys, it's Coach Adrienne. I wanted to reach out and share my story with you once again. And you may have heard this story before. I've shared it many times on social media, on Facebook. But I feel like it's important for me to share it again because I actually just finished doing Uber, heading to the gym to train a client, and I shared it just came out in conversation. So I figured, you know what, now is as good a time as any to talk about how I got into fitness. Because there's a story for everyone as to why they've ended up where they are. Back in about 9 years ago, I found myself as a single parent, a newly divorced single parent. And it was my choice to end the marriage and divorce. And when he left, it was just me and my son. My son was 18 months old. And I found myself struggling financially. Not only that, I was very depressed. I became very sad. I felt like I never thought that I would become one single mom or a divorcee. I never thought that would ever happen to me. Never planned it. When I was in the middle of my marriage, I was just unhappy, and all I could think about was finding my happiness again. And so it wasn't until he left that it was like a big shock to me. It was like boom, like a truck hit me, like whoa, I am by myself now. I am a parent to this little 2-year-old, this little human being. It's my responsibility. Like it was like that, and the fact that I was a single parent, and also the finances, everything just kind of hit me at once. So, I went through a depression because I didn't know I was depressed. I got very sad, very lonely, and then also very financially, it was just hard financially for me. And so, I didn't know what to do. I just went through day-to-day life, just doing life every day, going to work, coming home. I found myself sleeping a lot and not wanting to do the things that I normally wanted to do. Hey Garen, thanks for watching, telling my story here. And it was months and months of me being depressed and not knowing that I was depressed. And it wasn't until I started dating a guy, and I told him, I got to do something. I got to do something to be a better mom. When you're depressed, you don't want to do anything, much less, be a parent. But at that time, a single parent with a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old, you kind of have to watch them. They might stick their fingers in light sockets. So I knew I had to do something. So he suggested I started doing P90X. Well, I'll take it back. My doctor suggested I started exercise because it relieves stress and anxiety. And so my boyfriend at the time gave me his P90X DVD, and just like everybody else does, most everybody else does, I started and I quit. I started and I quit. I started and I quit over and over and over again. So I got the idea, you know what, I already had a bike, so I wanted to get one of those little seats for the back of my bike to put my son back there so he could ride with me. I think that's why I love riding my bike so much. But when I put him on the back of my bike, it was just like a different little kid. He was giggling and laughing, and 2-year-old giggles, they're so cute. You just want to squeeze them and tickle them and hug them and kiss them. They're just so, lively and happy. And when you hear a 2-year-old giggle, you can't help but giggle and smile too. It feels good. And so I guess that started my addiction with riding my bike. And not only that, I felt joy. I felt like I was, hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, because I was being a parent, I was being in the moment with him, and I was being active. The thing that I was desperately seeking to do was get healthier by getting active, what my doctor suggested. And so slowly but surely, when I started riding my bike, I gained energy. And I gained enough energy to wake up early in the morning and do that P90X while my son was still asleep. And so because I had energy enough, I kept pushing further with P90X. It was hard, don't get me wrong. It was my introduction to lifting weights, and I'd never done that before. And you know, at first I could only do like 30 minutes because they're an hour long workouts. I could only do 30 minutes, but I was proud of myself for at least doing that. And over time I was able to increase that to finishing the entire hour of the P90X. But morning 30 minutes, afternoon 30 minutes on the bike, and then it came to me doing an hour in the morning and 30 minutes to 45 minutes on the bike every day. It was just like I was devoting so much time to fitness that I didn't even realize that I was feeling better, that I didn't even need my medications anymore. I had a big bag, like a big freezer bag of prescription medications and over-the-counter medication stuff for anxiety, for panic attacks, for tension headaches, for sinus headaches, for allergies, for everything. So many different things. And at that age, I felt like I was a prisoner to pills. I saw the future, and I didn't see myself in the future continuing to take those pills every single day, because my doctor had told me at one point that I would have to take one Claritin a day for the rest of my life. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like a prison sentence. I don't agree with taking pills every day. I don't believe that we need pills to survive. I don't believe that they're a necessity. And sorry, I'm parking in the gym. Turn on the light here, it's dark. I don't believe pills are a necessity. I don't think that we actually need pills to survive. We have the ability to cure ourselves from within. That's a whole other video. But regardless, so when I started doing the P90X in the morning and riding my bike in the afternoon, I just had so much energy. I felt better. I kid you not. I looked outside one day, and this was like in the middle of late spring, early summer. I remember looking outside, and the sky was bluer, like a blue I hadn't seen in a long time. And the grass was greener than I had seen in a long time. And just the world looked brighter than it had been in a long, long time. And I knew that day that I would never go back. I'm gonna cry now. I would never go back to that life again of being a horrible mom, not watching my son like I was supposed to, sleeping all the time, and him running around doing God knows what. I would never go back to that again. Because, sorry, it's not how to live. Living a life of being imprisoned with your own mind and your own feelings and your own emotions sucks. Sorry. It was so long ago, but I can, like, telling the story and recreating the way life was back then sucks. It was 2 years of my life that I'm thankful for, because I wouldn't be where I'm at now if I hadn't gone through that. But I never, ever, ever wanted to live that way again. And that's just being unhealthy mentally. I couldn't imagine, because I've never been obese, I couldn't imagine how people live being a prisoner to food. And I see it every day. I did Uber Eats the other day, and I went to McDonald's, and I'll finish the story in a minute. I went to McDonald's, and I don't go to McDonald's ever. I teach my son that. He even knows, Mom, we don't eat at McDonald's because it's not fresh. Because fresh is what's cooked at home. And healthier is what's cooked at home. But, sorry I got all teary-eyed, but when I see people, like, imprisoned by food and seeing how food just takes over them, you know, and I've let it slip away here recently too, but food doesn't make us happier. It makes us happier right now for like a split second that it touches your tongue, but after that I feel miserable. Just like with alcohol, I've drank too much alcohol. I'm not like a crazy partier or anything, but in the past few weeks and months, I've gone towards alcohol to help me feel better, because there have been some pretty down times lately. But I woke up this weekend and I said, I don't want to feel like that again. I don't want to feel miserable the next day. I mean, like, almost, it takes me, I mean, probably because I'm older now, but it takes me almost the whole next day to recover. Almost the whole next day to recover from, and I can't go out and ride my bike, which I want to do. I can't go out and exercise, which is part of my plan. So no more of that. I'm not going to be a prisoner to alcohol, and that is a food food is just as bad. We're like, even this weekend we were bored, so the first thing I thought of, hey, let's go to that new fish place that I found. But wait a minute, we already ate, or we already have food in the fridge. You know, we go to food for boredom a lot of times, or we go to food to help us feel better, even though it only makes us feel better for 1 second, the second that it hits our tongue, and then after that it's gone. At least for me, I don't like the feeling of a lot of food in my belly. Sometimes it feels good though when you're tired and you need to sleep, but that's besides the point. I don't want to be a prisoner to something. I want to be in control of my life. I want to be fully in control of my life. I don't want food to control me. I don't want alcohol to control me. I want to be in control of my life and my success. So going back to my story, when I went back for a follow-up to my doctor, I was so excited about my progress, the fact that I didn't have to take the pills anymore. And because I was so excited and like so vibrant, and you know, I just had all this energy, told him I didn't need my pills anymore. He was like, Adrienne, you should be a spokesperson for fitness. Because I tell everyone, and I don't think a lot of doctors do, but this doctor said he tells everyone that they can cure their mental illness, their depression, their anxiety, their stress, with fitness. It helps. It helps. This is my drug now. This is my drug for the rest of my life. That's why I've been so active for the past almost 11 years now, because you saw me cry. When I was painting that picture of my past, I don't ever times a million want to go back to that girl I was before. I can't even believe I was that person. Granted, I wasn't very overweight. I had extra weight on me, but you know, I feel better. I don't feel jiggly. I feel more confident in my clothes. I feel like I can go and buy whatever clothes and it fits me perfectly. I don't have to feel self-conscious anymore about my belly. Or, you know, right now I'm still in the process of losing it from kind of, you know, getting off track. But the fact that I've found myself kind of off track and pulled myself back on track, I think it has a lot to say for that. You know, we all fall down sometimes. We all mess up sometimes, but if we never find ourselves getting back on track, then we can end up way off track, and that's the scary part. Oh yeah, Garen, I don't know if you're still watching, but I had a conversation like that with my Uber passenger earlier this morning. He had just flown in from Austin, and he was asking about where he could go, you know, meet up with like-minded people because he's a runner. And of course, we struck up a conversation. Although I'm not a fan of running, I do run sometimes. I might run even today because it's kind of a dreary day outside. I was gonna ride my bike, but besides the point. Yeah, my past sucked. I hated that I had to go through it, but at the same time, I'm so thankful that I went through that dark time in my life, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And when I say that, I'm at a place where I don't feel like I'm working. Everything that I do right now, even the Uber, is this is kind of a way for me to like chat with people and meet new interesting people and even make connections. I've made some connections through Uber. It's amazing. But also just a way for me to the way I live my life now is self-designed. Granted, I'm still working on the financial part. Sometimes it's tough because clients ditch on me or whatever, but there's always a learning curve to everything. I don't feel like I'm working every day. When I come to the gym and train people, I feel like I'm just helping them. And then I get paid for it. That's a bonus, and I'm also an online health and fitness coach. I'm also a life coach, and I also coach kids soccer. I mean, everything that I do for a living, I'm helping people. Even the Uber, I'm helping people. And that's my passion. My passion is to help others. I want to help everybody see how life-changing it is to live a healthy life, and even the people that are already dedicated to their health and fitness and come to the gym every day, even those people, even me, people like me, need daily motivation, because motivation is fleeting. You may be like super stoked like the beginning of the year for New Year's resolutions to, man, I'm gonna make this year my best year ever, I'm gonna be so healthy and fit, and then it could die down. I've experienced it myself before. That shit does not last. You got to keep surrounding yourself with people that think like you, that are self-motivated like you. You got to keep surrounding yourself with social media platforms that constantly put that in your face, motivation that is, put positive and uplifting messages to you. I swear to you, if you have people on your Facebook profile that you come across constantly, I used to do this. I used to read a person's first sentence in their big paragraph, and if their first sentence is negative, I just kept scrolling. Now what I do, if three strikes you're out. If you are my friend on Facebook and the first time you post something negative, I'm going to ignore it. The second time, I'm going to be warned. The third time, I'm going to delete you, because I don't want that in my feed. I don't want to be looking at that when I decide to go on Facebook, because I haven't actually scrolled yet today, because that's my self-motto. That's not my first go-to in the morning. My first go-to in the morning is read something positive. Either a good story, I have an app on my phone called Shine. They always have great, interesting articles, and they're always less than a 5-minute read. First thing in the morning, that's what I read every day, because I want to be uplifted. I want more of that in my life. I want more positivity in my life. I want more inspiration in my life. And the only way I can inspire you and motivate you and push you where you want to go and meet your goals is by me being constantly motivated, uplifted, and have positivity beaming through my ears and my face and my eyeballs and my mouth and my butt. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I have to beam that every day, and I have to be on top of it every single day. Not only for you guys on social media, but for the people that I train face to face too. Who wants a trainer that is, depressed and down and telling negative stories about shitty stuff that happens in their life all the time? I know somebody like that, and it sucks, because I wouldn't be motivated by somebody like that. But then again, we're all different. Maybe when you see somebody else that has a shitty situation going on in their life, maybe that motivates you because your life isn't as bad. I don't know, but I always want to see positivity and uplifting things every day in the morning. So I appreciate whoever it is. I don't even know who's watching right now. There's only one person watching. I think it's Todd. But anyway, I have to go in and train somebody right now. Thanks so much for watching and listening to my story. I'm actually going to post this video on YouTube, and check out my YouTube. It's Coach Adrian. I also have a website, coachadrian.com. I just put together a new 2 or 3 new weightlifting programs. My favorite one is the 6-week strength building program. It's a 6-day-a-week, 6-week-long program for strength building. It's $45. It includes an app that you can access, and I can coach you along the way. It's a good deal. $45. It's $45, so it's basically $1 a day for a coach and a free program. All you have to do is find a gym or some weights. If you're interested or know anybody that's interested, email me at yourcoachadrian@gmail.com. Check out. I haven't updated it to my website, but email me, message me, and have a great day. Don't forget to sweat every day, grow every day, and be kind to everyone. See ya.